had the idea to do a marathon, and I wasn't sure what I wanted to do for a cause for. So the original idea for this came from me thinking, the radio station is great, but we don't do anything for the world. I think community service and some sort of like outreach is important for a club, especially in Lawrence, because, you know, interacting with the world is important, and we're not doing that as much as we could. So I had this idea. I want to do 12 hours to raise money for something. The event is called Radio for Rwanda, and it's a 12-hour marathon on WLFM to raise money for GlobeMed in partnership with HDI, which is Health Development Initiative. And what they do in Rwanda is teach sexual education to youths because it's not taught in the schools there. So what GlobeMed does is they send students from Lawrence over to Rwanda, and then those students teach other students, and they go back to their schools and teach. So it's kind of coming from the student as opposed to some teacher who, you know, kids obviously don't listen to. We have a lot of bands coming in, which I think is one of the best things to do on air, something that I love to do, because there are a lot of really, really great on-campus bands that get a lot of exposure in concerts, but they don't necessarily get to be played over the air. And a lot of bands are going to come down here and play and talk. It's going to be filled with a lot of fun people who are really cool about talking and about expressing themselves and just being funny and kind of comedic on air. And then there's a couple kind of just sort of crazy things that are going to be happening that I sort of just thought up. And, you know, it's very easy to come down here and, you know, get a bunch of bands to come in, get a bunch of people to come in, but to really make it into something like big, you got to have a couple elements that are just kind of wild, I think. Alex York is kind of well known on campus. People know him for his flowing hair, and so I asked him, you know, would you be willing to shave your head for this cause? You know, people will donate, and if they donate enough money, then you'll shave your head. And he said, no way I'm going to do that. And so I said, well, what about your chest? And he said, well, that's something I'd be willing to do. And so I just kind of decided we're going to go all out with this and get people down here to shave you in studio. You know, he's a very talented singer, so I realized, well, we should have him sing a song while he's being shaved, and the obvious choice was I Dreamed a Dream from Les Mis.
I dreamed a dream in time gone by, when hope was high and life worth living. I dreamed that love would never die.
So radio is a way of someone being able to express themselves to a public who is in a situation where they're listening. And I think, especially with Radio for Rwanda, it's a time when you can say, hey, you know, we're saying a lot of cool stuff here, but there's also a bigger world out there that we need to be a part of and that we need to be involved in. And, you know, here is something we can do right now to make this world a better place.